to make a transformer, and this PCB was from an old guitar amp, which I'm not gonna use anymore, and also it was not working well, so I have a bunch of spare pieces. What I need from here are these diodes and these two capacitors. So I'm gonna try to cut this little piece so I can use it on my transformer of AC. It will reduce the voltage to DC. Connect it to a, let me set up this real quick. Attach this buck converter. And I want to change this regulator for what is it called, like a potentiometer. So I will desolder this, run the three cables to the potentiometer, and then attach it to I don't know, a box that I will make. First, let's cut this. So I trace this line, what I need to cut. No copper trace was damaged, besides obviously this part that I cut from the PCB, but I just need to cover it with a non-conductant product, and then I need to connect my cables to the negative and positive of the capacitors, and here it's where originally were the transformer connections, which was black, green, green. All right, so this one we're not gonna use it anymore, we leave it aside. And this is the transformer from a Washburn guitar amp, and I need to connect these cables here, and then connect my buck converter, test it with the multimeter and see what voltage I'm getting. And I might not even be needing all of this. I might cut this in half and use this one for a different project, and just keep this side for voltage regulator. So let's see, I'm gonna clean a little bit this one off camera to save you some time, and then we'll connect. We're gonna cover the exposed copper over here, over here, over here. It's dry. I'm gonna weld the transformer to the rectifier. It was black, green, green. First, we're gonna add some solder paste. negative of the C9, the top capacitor, and then the positive leg both on the left side of the bottom capacitor, which is C91. Okay, that's good. Now I'll add some solder to this one. Negative, and positive. Okay. Now that this is connected, I need to test these two wires with my multimeter. Okay, now it's time to see if this works. This should output DC power, so I'm gonna measure on DC. So it is connected to the power. Here's my switch. We'll connect to 200 DC power. I put my black probe on the negative leg of the top capacitor, and this positive on the second or first, because power is coming from here, this side, to the positive leg of the capacitor. Now if I turn it on, I'm reading 49.2. It's quite high. I think I'm not gonna be able to use my buck converter for this because it's rated until 35 volts, so now I cannot use this one. I read online that this is a half center transformer. I checked with Cloud, and I already discharged it with a 330 ohm resistor. So if I tap this one with the black wire over here, it should give me half of the power, so I in theory could use my buck converter. I'm gonna solder this cable to the black cable here, and then do a second test. Okay. Black over there. This will go this way. Okay, that is connected now. My new wire should be the negative. This is negative as well, so we're gonna isolate this one. We're not gonna use it for now. And my original positive will be positive. Then reading DC voltage. This is off. Plug it. Let's see. Okay, it doesn't read nothing. Now if I turn it on, 24.5. That's awesome. So now I can use my buck converter. It's gonna be less of the power, but for now it's just gonna be fine. If I ever need to upgrade it, I just get a new buck and use the black cable that we are not using now, and that's it. Nice. Okay, now I need to discharge this again, and to do that I need to plug my 330 ohm resistor there, and I'm gonna bring the red cable to touch that one, and you will see drop to 0. Okay, 5, 4. After a few adjustments, I'm gonna plug the buck converter. So here is the in, here is the out. So I'm gonna connect my positive, negative. Let's plug the cables. So first positive. Now my negative. Pretty beefy cable. Okay, that's in and close. And when I turn this on, it should light up. Alright, we have a little reading. We have 21.1. The GoPro, it's hard to read it, but it's 21.1. If I press this one, off, maybe, on. Really? That's on and off? Off, on. What about this one? 23.4, 21.1, 23. Okay. This one checks the voltage in. Let's turn it off. Turn it on. Voltage in is 23.4. Voltage out, it's 21.1. So I'm getting 23.4. And then I should be able to adjust this voltage with this little knob. If I go to the left, 20, 28.2, 19, and if I reduce it all the way till 12, I want to change this knob for a potentiometer so it's easier to just flick it with my fingers. I'm gonna do that next, but let's see if it can safely power a LED light. 12, 11, 12. Okay, I brought two LED lights, this one, but I need to solder here first, so I'm gonna try the one that is already connected. And open. Positive already light up, so this is, I think, only for the display, showing this is 12 volts LED lights. That works fine. and it's working. Okay, one leg is out. All right. This is the tiny potentiometer that was on the buck converter. So I'm gonna leave this one aside. We are not gonna use it for this project. Now I need to get the cables and plug them here. 3 small cables. I'm gonna find 3 small cables for another project. I'm gonna have the same length. We got 2 and red. We want same length. Okay, now let's add some tin. No, let's try to melt this and make this one through. Or maybe this one. Yeah, this is better. Okay, so I just need 1, 2, 3. They are not as clean as I wanted them to be, but probably will be fine. And white. Okay. So I will use just this very gentle. Okay. They shrunk. And lastly, to my potentiometer. Test it. A little bit, so I make sure this one works. So this is off. Nice. Then turn it on. If I spin it right, I get maximum is 22 volts I can get in this configuration. And I turn to the left and starts decreasing until I get the minimum voltage, which is 1.3. Awesome. I put this one here, connect again. with 5 volts only get the red ones on. And this increases 12 is the maximum. I don't want to burn them. Okay, if you like this video, subscribe. Wait, do you want to see how accurate this is? I want to see. Oh, okay. 10, 11, here I read 12, so maximum is 22.4, and here is 22.656. 8.4, 8.5, pretty good. Okay, so now we have the device fully working, but the space is not needed. So I'm going to cut about, I have that ball here. If I cut here, I lose that hole. Just like leave it here in the middle. There. Straight. I don't know why it doesn't look straight to me. Does it look straight to you? And put it in the board here. I've got my line. Now I need to cut. Okay, now I got smaller functional box. Now I need to find like a cool cover for this. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, and I need to cover this as well. Now I will make the second hole for this, which will be around here. All right. Maybe 1 millimeter. So I'm going to nothing here, nothing here. thinking here to put an acrylic, but I don't have acrylic, so maybe I have to use this glass. I don't know, it'll look cool, but I will have to maybe create a gap so I can, because it touches that one, it touches the regulator, so maybe lift it like here, or just make a hole for this glass so this one can go through. I will see. Okay, so what I did now was to cut this glass, and I made 4 holes where I will put the I did a few modifications. So I put this glass on top. I think it looks cool. Just turn it on.